today I'm back with another OSAMASON type beat tutorial. This is another Allegiant type beat, and I was starting off, I got this loop from my bro Udo, who's gonna show how we made this melody.
Okay, so the first sound I got was at this Spire bank. I don't know exactly what bank it was from, but it's just like RP, so this is what it sounds like. Okay, so the next thing I added was an ARP from Electra X. It's from this bass Gotit FLEX P Electra X bank. It's called Just Fine. It sounds like this by itself. Pretty much just it was layered from the other one, and then I added a Rift plugin, and now it sounds like this. Pretty much just added like an echo and like made it more full. And then after that I added a pad. I just layered that again with the same melody. It's from Serenity. Yeah, it's called Whispers in the Dark. Basically this is what it sounds like. And then after that I basically just took the whole melody and then rendered it and then stretched it and then made it shorter, and then it sounded like this. That's like a top melody. I think I pitched it up too. Yeah, I pitched it up, everything. And this is what it sounds like. And then the whole melody together sounds like this.
Alright, so then my boy Udo, he sent this loop to me, and basically it sounded like this, and I pitched it down just by one semitone, so it would sound like this. Alright, pretty much I just added drums and I added an extra lead, so we'll start with the lead that I added. I used this pretty fun lead from VVS Pipe Starter X Serum Bank, and without any effects it sounds like this. Alright, then what I did is I added an instance of Portal on top of it using this Night Circus preset from this bank called Grain Structures, and then I turned down the mix a bit so it would sound like this. Then I added Devil Lock Deluxe, and I just turned up the crunch. I used this guitar as a preset and messed around with it a bit so it just is more crispy and sounds more distorted. And then I also added this fruity panomatic thing and turned the speed all the way up so that it glitches between pans really quickly between ears like this. And with those effects it sounds like this. Alright, then once I added the lead to the rest of the melody, together it all sounds like this. Alright, moving on to the drums, I started with the 808, which I used this Wailoon. All of the drums in this beat I used from Wailoona's Leaks drum kit, and the first 808 pattern sounds like this. Alright, pretty much when making this 808 pattern, what I just did is within the first bar of every 2 bars, I would play the tonic, aka the root note, which is, this beat is in E minor, so I've been playing the E, and at the end of every 2 bars, I would add some 808 rolls, use the 5ths and 6ths, and just add different patterns, just to create variation within the 808 pattern. And for the 808 bounce, I just had just the 808 hitting on the first and the second beat, which creates this sort of like interesting bounce. Then for the second 808 pattern, I've been using this technique which I've been using in a lot of beats recently, which is pretty much I've taken the exact same 808 pattern and I've just raised all of these notes which are playing the tonic to the 6th, which is in C, and then I just put it up an octave. And pretty much what this does is help build tension, especially in the second half of the chorus here. And once the 808 hits, when it gets to the verse, it hits 10 times harder. So this is what it sounds like. Moving on to the rest of the drums, I just included this simple clap pattern, which sounds like this. For the hi-hats, I made this really simple hi-hat pattern, which just plays on every single beat. And every second note is a lower velocity, and it pans, each note pans from the left to the right ear. Then I also added these effects of fruity delay, and I also just added a bit of reverb, this convolver effect, which has this reverse reverb effect. So that sounds like this. I then layered those hi-hats with more hi-hats, and I pretty much just added some normal rolls, which sounds like this. For these hi-hat rolls, I've used this magnet button up here, and I've changed it to 1/6 beat to add some like fast-paced triplet rolls, which just has a different feel to when you use duplet rolls. Then I just added this snare, which sounds like this. And then just added this open hat, which is on every second beat. Altogether, the drums sound like this. When it came to mixing the 808s, a lot of OSAMASON beats, the 808s are very distorted and are clipping a lot, so I've basically just boosted the volume a bit over 0 decibels. So with a fruity soft clip on the master, which distorts the beat and makes it clip. And then I've also added a bit of fruity overdrive in terms of the preamp to get that distorted effect on the 808. Once you've done all that, this is what the beat should sound like.